Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, now I've been saying this before, and unfortunately, seems like I need to sit there and say it again. The problem with these talking about the pun and the past and everything like that, the conversation with Steve and Marlena, the conversation with Constantine and John, they always go back to a point where they talk about the same part, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a guessing game, right? They talk about, oh, now John was the messenger sent by Victor to, give Constantine a message. But he wasn't supposed to kill. He wasn't supposed to kill Constantine. They fought, they struggled, John got the best of him because apparently he's Weapon X, whatever. And then it always ends the same. Steve comes in and says he saw this woman on the ground with blood and a gun in John's hand. And Marlene's like, well, did you see him shoot him? No, but it all fits together. The pieces all fit together. No, they don't. No, they don't. And this has been annoying me about this whole damn, this whole part of it is that John is there crying and he's sobbing and everything like that. He's like, well, what happened with my past? So I was like, first of all, why are you asking him what happened with your past? You honestly think that he's going to sit there and tell you something that you want to hear? Look at his face. Does that look like the type of guy that wants to sit there and tell you good news about anything? He can sit there and lie to you tomorrow and sit there and tell you that it's going to be a rainstorm and it's cloudy day and it's a sunny day. Why are you going to him for answers? And then John comes home and he overhears a little bit of it and he's like, you knew this whole time and you didn't tell me, but you told my wife. Told your wife what? That what did he tell your wife? You didn't walk in on anything. You walked in on half of a story and then basically was like, because he was there saying, yeah, he did it and his brain was scrambled and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, I know they're not trying to do this slow burn story, but the problem is when you have to sit there and keep telling the same part. Because the bottom line is Constantine was knocked out. He woke up to his daughter's lifeless body. Steve walked in and saw John with a gun. And John doesn't remember. So my point is, we have no idea what wound up happening. And you can sit there and tell this story 5 different goddamn ways, and it's not going to matter because unless you had another eyewitness that was there, or footage, or just John miraculously remembering it, it's just gonna go right back to John Smith there blaming himself that he did something that he doesn't even know if he actually did. That is the problem with this pawn thing. Because it's somewhat interesting, right? But like it doesn't get to the point. And it's just like we're just guessing at this point. We're guessing, we're assuming, and that's what we're really doing. And that's a problem. Now, at this point, I've just gotten just annoyed every time they have to sit there and um, you know, start with the Holly stuff. Seeing Holly at this point just annoys me because it's one of those things where it's like you can sit there and do something to help Tate out in the situation, but because you're so afraid of your mother's disapproval and disappointment that you rather sit there and just let this guy hang out to dry, right? EJ just has his heart on about just screwing over Tate because now he's this overprotective stepfather out of nowhere, right? And so Holly's like, oh, don't do it. Don't arrest him. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can't send him to jail. But you're not actually giving him anything that he can use besides, because let's be honest, he did break and enter. That is his house. So, it's one of those things where it's like he did mess up, but it's like, once you knew the truth, you should have said something. This way he wouldn't have had to get so upset. EJ wouldn't have found out, and it just would have been better for everyone. But of course not, because it's not going to be better for Holly. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. See, unlike some reviewers or some people that could sit there and try to give this chick a bit of slack because she's a teenager and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not that person. I'm gonna be real. I'm not that person. Um, and Tate, again, it was really stupid what he did. So he's kicking himself. Um, Bray's like, nah, it's cool, it's just being human. But it's like, come on, Bray, let's just be honest. You know damn well if this was not your son and somebody else did the exact same thing, you wouldn't be, oh, it's okay, you're a human, you're just a teenager. And it's like, no, he effed up. And at some point, Holly comes to see him, and Jada doesn't let him into the room and calls Nicole to sit there and pick her up. So he doesn't want her going anywhere. Now Harris comes to the office and Jada's like, you're really looking so good right now. They don't got any news on Clyde and it's pissing him off. And of course he's sitting there thinking about how Ava might have been involved. So he goes to EJ. And long story short, he's like, yo, listen, we're stuffing that. EJ lies. And Harris like, yo, listen, I know he's involved in some sort of way. He's just like, well, what are you talking about? Like, he's just making up lies and stuff like that. Harris like, yo, listen, he's the one that shot me. Okay, that's all I'm doing. EJ's like, bro, your brain has been scrambled so many times. You don't know anything at this point. And Harris is like, yo, long story short, I'm gonna take your brother down, and anybody else that's responsible. So if you're responsible, I'm taking you down as well. It doesn't really go anywhere. They just want to just exchanging words back and forth and glares and stares and stuff. And long story short, because Taysom did think he's going to go to jail. AJ drops the charges, but he does file a restraining order and puts an ankle monitor on Tate at this point, so he doesn't, just start running around and doing stupidness at this point. Which I'm pretty sure he's going to run around and do some sort of stupidness again because I don't know, teenage angst or something. Who knows? But I'm glad that in the beginning that Teresa and Brady did kind of berate Tate because it was a stupid thing to do. It was a really dumb thing to do, and I understand he's a kid. He didn't know any better, bro. You can't be sitting there playing like that because yeah, you may be a teenager, but you will go back to real jail where real adults are at. And you didn't like it the first time because, well, let's be honest, no one likes jail. But you didn't, you had a bad experience the first time. You would think that you would, not put yourself in that situation. Let's see what else. I feel like that's about it. I don't think that this story, this pawn story, is bad. But like conversations like this, it's like okay, they give you a little bit more, right? That he was the messenger. He was just supposed to go there to just send Constantine a message, right? Okay, fine. We get a little bit more. So it's not a total waste, but once again, it goes right back into Constantine. Did you actually see him shoot your daughter? No. Um, Steve, did you sit there and see John shoot Constantine's daughter? No, but I saw the gun in his hand, so I'm just going to put two and two together. John, do you remember sitting there shooting Constantine's daughter? No? Okay. How long have you been sitting there doing this part for? Like, what was it? 2 days, 3 days, way too long? What's the range at this point? Because that's the issue that I'm having right now. Hopefully they can sit there and get their ish together and kind of move the storyline along. Time will tell. I feel like that's about it. I can't think of anything else, but there may be some more. So as I always sit there and say, come to the live stream tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, Young and Restless, and General Hospital. And if you are not a member, think about joining. In the description box, click the join button. I do exclusive videos, exclusive live streams, and members monthly shout outs. Right? Literally sit there and shout out each person's name as a thank you for being a member. Plus the live streams, the members live streams. I'm always meant to drop some tea, have a little more different discussions that I would in a normal live stream, so definitely check it out. Anyway, that being said, I'm gonna go. I'll see you in the next video.